boys and girls, welcome back. It's time for reading comprehension today. We are going to go back to our thinking map from yesterday. So if you have it, go grab it and bring it back. And if you don't have it, go ahead and grab something else to write on. And we're going to get back into our story Tops and Bottoms about Bear and Hare. We put Bear and Hare on our thinking map yesterday, the characters. They are who the story is about. We see Mrs. Hare and the kids, the little hares, but they're not major characters. They're not who the story is really about. The story is really about these two. So that's why we put them on our thinking map. We also did the setting. We did the where and the when. So the where is on Bear's farm, and the when was during the day. All this was going on during the day. Bear was sleeping through the day, wasn't he? Lazy old bear. So I'm going to go back and we're going to kind of retell the story with our words. I don't always have to reread the whole story, but we can look at the pictures and tell the story together. And I remember at the beginning, we met Bear. Lazy old bear. All he was doing was sleeping. And then we met Hare, and here's Hare and Mrs. Hare, and they've got a bunch of kids. There's kids up here, and they've got all these kids. And Mrs. Hare said, hey, we're in trouble. We don't have a lot of money. We need to be able to eat and to do things. We got to figure out a plan. And they did. They figured out a plan. And Hare, he's kind of tricky. He went over to Bear's house, and he said, hey, Bear, let's do this. I know you like to sleep. So here's the plan. I will do all the work, and all you have to do is sleep. So you just go on sleeping, and you tell me, do you want the tops or the bottoms? And Hare, he didn't really know what Bear was talking about. So he just went on sleeping, and the family went on doing the work. They water, they weed, they tend to the crops, and the crops are growing, and Hare goes and says, hey, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. You wanted the tops and I got the bottoms, so that meant he got all the leafy greens from the top of the things that were on the bottom, the carrots and the turnips and the radishes, but you don't eat this part. You only eat the bottom part. Hare tricked him. So then Bear realized, he kind of woke up a little bit, and he said, hey, next time I want the tops and you get the bottoms. And Hare said, oh yeah, absolutely, no problem, I can do that. And so they hopped away, and the family came back in, and they water, and they weed, and they do all the work. And what does Bear do? Nothing. Sleeps like a lazy old bear. And the crops are growing, and Hare goes back and he says, wake up, Bear, here we go, you can wake up now, and here, you get the tops and I get the bottoms. Or I'm sorry, let's see, oh no, this time Bear got the bottoms and Hare got the tops. And so the bottoms, all of it was in there, was the roots, and Hare got the tops. And the tops were the broccoli and the celery and the lettuce, the good things that you eat. Did Bear get the good things? No. And Bear woke up and he said, wait a minute, you tricked me again. And now this time, I want the tops and the bottoms from this season's crops. And Hare said, yeah, okay, no problem. You go back to sleep. And he did. Look at him, he's not even sitting in his chair the right way. And then I'll go back and we'll do the work. And they water, and they pull out the weeds, and then everything's growing. And Hare comes back and says, Bear, it's time to wake up, time to wake up. And he goes back, and this time it's corn. And Bear was going to get the tops and the bottoms. Well, the tops of the corn is this little tassel thing at the top. And the bottoms, those are the roots. But the good part of the corn is the middle. The corn's in the middle of the stalk. And so Bear got tricked again by Hare. And finally Bear was wide awake, and he said, all right, that's it. You take your stuff. This is my land. I'm going to plant my own crops. I'm going to take the tops and the bottoms and the middles all the time. And now Bear has realized, finally, that he actually has to do some work. And Hare got his land back, and he was able to live nicely with his own family. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to think about the beginning of the story and the end of the story. And we're going to think about what happened. So the events in a story are the things that happen to the characters. So we have to look in our story and see what happens to the characters. In the very beginning, what's happening? Whoops, there you go. What's happening in the story in the very beginning? Yeah, exactly. Nothing. Bear's not doing anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to draw a picture of Sleeping Bear here in this. So I'm going to put his chair. I'm going to make it like an H without the curve. That's easy. And it has a little stool down here that he puts his feet on because, you know, he's got to be comfy. And I'm going to do my best to make Bear. And here's his legs, and he's got his shoes on. And sleeping eyes. Here's his ears. And here we go. And I noticed that Bear, he's kind of got like a tie or something, scarf around his neck. So I'm gonna put it down there like that. There is Sleeping Bear. Do your best to make Sleeping Bear if it doesn't need to be perfect by any means, okay? You know, mine are never perfect. Now I'm gonna skip to the end. There's a lot that goes on in the middle, but I'm gonna go to the end. Finally, at the end of the story, Bear has woken up, and Bear realized he needs to be working. And at the end of our story, Bear is working. Say at the end of the story, Bear is working. Good. At the beginning, he was sleeping. But now here at the end, he's finally working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the fields. Here's the crops. And I'm going to put Bear up here. Bear. I can finally give him eyes that show he's awake. Oh, hey, I forgot his whiskers over here. Go back and put in his whiskers because he's got whiskers. And I'm going to put his ears. And his arms. And I noticed that he's got the tools in his hands. There we go. Hey, and there's Bear in the garden working. So when you're all done, have your family snap a picture and let me see what you've got. It can be just in pencil, or if you want to add some color to it, you can add some color to it, but you don't have to. So let me see your work when you're all done. Good job today, boys and girls. Thank you.